I want to talk about the dong for a minute. The pregnant zombie.
Yeah.
There's a pregnant zombie in this movie, and she gives birth to a child that's not infected, which I suspect might play into. And then the Ray Fiennes character says that's because of the placenta, right? And there's something to do with the placenta where the virus doesn't get passed on. Seeing that.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because you could see when he sees the baby, he gets even more enraged.
Yeah.
He's trying to get it. But this, I think, is
the scene on the train was so good.
That was good.
So the baby gives the zombie mom gives birth on the train, and it's bloody and like
gross.
And the mom and the kid are there. The mom takes the baby, and then Samson gets down into the train. And they're like running away from, and it's just an abandoned train sitting like on the ground. They're running away from him, and he's like 6'8" or something. An actor guy, and he's like smashing seats aside. Like that was a really intense sequence.
But also, I think that's a really interesting thing that happened in the film because now the outside world's looking at, let's quarantine these people. A generation will die out. The raindrops will die out. These infected can reproduce healthy babies, and it's like,
here's what's interesting because on your point of healthy babies, if Samson is trying to protect his own child and his child is not infected, does that mean the infected can raise human babies to not be infected?
Well, maybe we'll see in the second or third one.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
You can see the next one?
Yeah. So if you had to rate this...
Rate me, Daddy. What are we rating it against?
Well, I mean, I guess zombie movies.
So in your mind, give me your top 5 zombie movies.
28 Days Later.
Yo, same.
Dawn of the Dead.
And all 3 Romero movies, right? Like
Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. Well, yeah, all 3 Romero films. I love them. I like the Zack Snyder remake. I thought it was great.
That was a good movie, yeah.
28 Days Later. I mean, Shaun of the Dead I don't count because it's completely
and that has to be on there for me.
I mean, it's a 10 out of 10, but it's just so different. But yes, like that. Those are probably the best.
So how do you rank the Romero ones?
My favorite, and I think the best, is Dawn of the Dead.
Okay.
Controversial hot take. My second favorite of the original is Day of the Dead. And
so you first ones. Do you think? I think Night of the Living Dead is the best movie, but I think I enjoy the other ones more. You think that Dawn of the Dead is better than Night of the Living Dead?
I do, yeah.
Interesting.
Day of the Dead, I think,
I love Day
is by far
it's the most entertaining, don't you think?
I think it's the most bleak and most depressing of the 3, surprisingly.
And you know what else I think is interesting? In 28 Days, I did.
Yeah.
In 28 Days Later, I just rewatched it, right? I think in a way, like as much as it works so well as its own movie, the characters are so good. The acting is incredible. Obviously, Danny Boyle is an amazing director. The music is amazing. Worth mentioning, 28 years later, the music is done by Young Fathers. I don't know if anyone likes them, but I love them. I saw them at remember that place where we saw Ghost that fit like 50 people, that bar in downtown LA? I saw Young Fathers at that same place. It's an amazing, amazing show. They're a Scottish group. Their music is so interesting. But anyway, I think 28 Days Later is riffing on the Romero movies, right? Because in Day of the Dead is about like a military base where people are trying to survive the zombie apocalypse, right? And that's what happens at the end of Dawn of the Dead. They go on a journey to the mall, right? And in 28 Days Later, they stop at that store, which is, they're buying all this, they're taking all this stuff, and there's like shopping, and it kind of like Dawn of the Dead shopping. But there's also that scene where they stop at the gas station to get the gas, and Cillian Murphy has to kill the kid. Does that not also happen in Dawn of the Dead? They stop at a gas station with the helicopter, and they're like, they have to kill people, and there's a kid there. And like, I think there's a lot of deliberate parallels between that.
Yeah, and then he's putting his own spin by making them fast.
Right.
Because the Romero zombies are always
I think that's one of the most revolutionary things about this series is that they made fast zombies.
I wonder if that was the first fast.
I think it is.
Yeah. But so like I think 28 Days Later would be like a 10 out of 10.
And the Romero ones are 10s. I think too.
If I'm rating this is probably my second favorite of the 3 28 Days. 28.
I agree. I like this more than 28 Weeks. Although I think that movie is much better than I remembered it being.
But so if those films are 10s, I would give this 7.5.
I think I do. I think I'd give it an 8.
Something like that. That's a good score.
Very similar. Yeah.
I definitely want to see the next 2.
Yeah, 2. I think I'd like 2 more.
I mean, unless they make a
So Danny Boyle is not is directing the next one, but he's directing the third.
Who's directing the next one? I wonder if Alex Garland will direct.
No, it's not him. It's a woman, and she directed. Let's see, 28 Days Later, Bone Temple.
20 years later, Bone Temple.
Yeah, my bad. Here it is. 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Nia DaCosta.
I've heard of.
Oh, she's American. Okay, I thought
She's a actor.
she did something called Little Woods.
I thought she was an actor though.
She may have also been an actor.
Maybe she's branching out to directing. She's doing the second one.
She directed the Candyman remake,
Okay.
and she directed the second one. Yeah. Oh, it says something about Martin Scorsese here.
Well, that's cool.
And then I think Danny Boyle, in the event that they make the third one.
He'll do that one.
Yeah, but Alex Garland wrote them all.
Oh, okay.
Danny Boyle produced them all.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, 7.58. That's a good score.
Honestly, I loved it. I was very, very happy with it, and I'm very glad that we saw it.
Go if you're getting to this point and you avoided all the spoilers somehow, and you want to know, and you have it. But do you want to go see it or not? I say yes, go see it.
Absolutely.
Don't read into it too much, because the way the film changes in the middle of the film is pretty interesting. And sets it up, and it's kind of cool to talk about. Yeah, definitely go check it out. It's out in theaters now. We just saw it and it just came out, so it's going to be out in theaters for a while.
Probably.
But I do think this is one of those films where if you don't see it in theater, it'll look good at home. Like we didn't see it in IMAX or anything.
No,
it's on a regular
theater.
And yeah, it was fun.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Subscribe. Bye.